right, the pork chops and caramelized onions are ready. They
Yes.
smell amazing. How long did we have that? Let's just recap real fast.
We first sauteed the onions, about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
Then after that, we put the pork chops on and let them cook for about 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes?
With the lid on and just stirring the onions every now and then so they didn't get stuck to the bottom.
Right. Okay. Well, let's serve some of that up. Pork chop with caramelized onions and a little side with a baked potato. Great. All right, Sandy, you got another great dinner for us. What are we going to do on this one?
This one we're going to do chicken scampi.
Chicken scampi. All right.
The way I came about this recipe is I look on the internet a lot, and I like to, there's several chicken scampi recipes. I like to pick out what sounds good and blend them together.
There you go.
And use 2 or 3 recipes to make one.
Right.
So that's how I came up with this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's so much fun about cooking is you might like a lot of garlic, somebody else might not like much, so you can tailor it to your own taste. So, sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, this one here, we're going to, in a large skillet, we're going to melt butter and olive oil.
Butter and olive oil.
Yes, and while we're heating our pan up, we're going to dice some onions.
Dice some onions.
And
we got some beautiful green onions here.
Yes, and then we're going to...
The whole bunch of them?
About 1/4 cup. It all depends. If you like a lot of onions or... I'll
start with this.
Okay, this is a good...
You trust me with the knife, huh?
Yes. If you hand me the lemon, I'll squeeze a lemon. We've got to have the juice from 1 lemon.
1 lemon, about 1/4 cup of green onions.
I've already washed those.
Okay, they're ready to go?
They're ready to go.
All right. Now, when you do green onions, do you use the whole one, or do you just use the green tops?
I use most, about halfway up, and then a few of those for looks.
A few of those for looks, okay. Yeah, I got yelled at by one of my Cajun buddies. He was saying, "Oh, no, you don't use the bottom of them." I said, "Really? Yeah, not in my recipe." So it always pays to ask.
I use a little bit of all of it. I don't know that that's got flavor. I think when that's cut up and dried up, it's called a chive.
Right.
Okay. I just think it's pretty.
That's not going to be 1/4 cup. Well, I got some more onions.
Yeah,
there we go.
More onions.
Let's do that. I'll get this out of the way. Put those in there to keep the tops happy. And let's see if I can make a bigger mess. How's that lemon coming there?
It's squeezing good. I'm not like everybody else can squeeze it in the thing without the seeds. I have to do it in something first because my seeds go. You can also use, if you're strapped for time, use the lemon concentrate. But I had a lemon.
Fresh is a little better.
Yeah, it is. Anytime you use fresh is better, but nowadays everybody's always in a rush.
True. True.
But even if you use fresh lemons, this recipe doesn't take much time, so you've got time to use it.
Okay. And I'll chop a few tops for color.
While you do that, I'm going to turn the pan on and get it warmed up.
All right. Good deal. Yeah, the hard part is I can't look at the camera while I do this or you wind up a little short on me. All right. Let me do a little more. And if I cut too much, we'll just use what we want.
No, onions are good. Onions are good, yes.
All right, how's that look? We got about 1/4 cup, maybe a little more of the onions and a little bit of the tops.
Looks really good.
Looks good?
Looks
all right.
good.
Well, what's the next step?
We're heating our pan up.
Heat the pan up on the stove?
About a medium heat.
Okay.
You don't want it hardly as hot as the browning. Then we're going to add our onions and our garlic. Onions and garlic? And let that soften up just a little bit.
Okay.
And we'll add our chicken and some more of our other ingredients.
All right, sounds great. All right.
Okay,
pan is hot?
It's hot. We're going to go ahead and add our onions. Stir that in just a little bit.
All right.
Then we're going to add a little bit of garlic.
There again, using the minced garlic?
Using the minced garlic. So if you use the cloves, it'd probably be about 2 cloves.
About 2 cloves.
So we'll add a couple of teaspoons. Maybe a little bit more. I'm not a measuring person.
Okay. Well, I can tell you've done this before. And if you get a little extra garlic, that's never a bad thing.
It all depends on, it's your taste. How, you're the one eating it. It's how you want it to taste. We're going to let those onions cook just a little bit, then we're going to add our chicken.
Okay. Give them 2-3 minutes?
Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't take long for those.
All right, now the onions are in the pot. Do a little saute. And I know we need chicken, but what else do we need to finish this?
I've already salt and peppered the chicken and diced it up.
All right.
We're going to add the chicken and the lemon juice.
And lemon juice.
That we just squeezed fresh lemon. We're going to add that and let that cook probably about 6 to 8 minutes.
6 to 8 minutes on medium heat?
About medium low.
All right, medium low.
Let it, yeah, you don't want to.
If you do it too hot, too fast, get away from you.
Then while the chicken's cooking, we're going to dice up the tomatoes and a little bit of fresh parsley and add that in there with it.
Add that in there.
And then we've got in this little cup oregano and basil.
Oregano and basil.
And we're going to sprinkle that in there.
Let's check our onion.
That looks good to me.
All right.
Now I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken.
So we've sauteed the onions for just a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes. Soften them up just a little bit. Now we're going to add the chicken.
I'm going to try not to splat you.
Oh, I can back up.
Okay, I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit. We're going to add the lemon juice.
All right. And then we're going to, got the chicken in, going to let it go on medium heat for about...
Probably about 6 to 8 minutes.
About 6 to 8 minutes.
With the lid on it.
Covered? Okay, I'll cover it up. Sprinkle the oregano basil mixture.
Yes.
All right, so our chicken is sauteing.
Yes.
And we're going to need to add a little bit more excitement to it.
Yes.
So...
fresh parsley.
Fresh parsley.
And diced tomatoes.
Diced tomatoes. All right, so we're going to dice those up, and then we're going to add them when in the cooking process?
We're going to add them right when we're ready, right before we're ready to plate.
Okay.
When the chicken is done and the pasta's about done, then we're going to add this just to heat it through.
Okay.
Because you're not mushing it up, you're heating it, and then we'll be ready to plate.
Great. Well, let's do it.
Okay.
Now, do we need a whole bunch of parsley?
No, you need about a quarter, well, probably about a half a cup, because you're going to put some on now in the pot, and then you're going to put some on for garnish.
Okay. So that's maybe about that much. All right. Put the extra over here.
And if you don't have this knife, you need this knife.
Okay, what is that?
That is called a tomato knife.
A tomato knife?
And it's very good for cutting any kind of tomatoes, onions.
Well, it's doing a beautiful job.
I love it.
It's an interesting shape to the blade. It's serrated, but it's not a very sharp serration. It's kind of a soft curve to it.
Yes, it's the best thing for cutting vegetables.
Great. Scampi is typically served over pasta. So what kind of pasta do you like?
For this one, I like angel hair.
Angel hair.
It cooks quickly and it's nice. But a bow tie pasta would be really pretty with this also.
Oh yeah, that would look nice.
About a half pound.
Serves me.
I break mine in half.
All right.
I break my spaghetti in half. It
fits in the pot better.
Makes it a little bit easier to handle and deal with.
Yeah, if you try and use the long one in a small pot, one end gets cooked faster than the other, and then you got some chewy pasta and some squishy pasta.
Stir it a little bit to begin with until the water starts to boil so it don't stick together. And probably about 3 or 4 minutes, this will be ready to drain and we'll be ready to plate.
All right, that's the part I like. And I noticed you got that little bit of juice going in there.
Oh, that's a must. Yeah, you don't want your pasta dry. You want something to put, some juice to put over your pasta.
Great. All right.
Put our parsley.
And the tomatoes?
Yes.
All right. Put those in there.
Let me help you out a bit since you're using the lid, holding the lid.
I got both hands full?
Yes. And like I said, we're just heating this through. We're not cooking it, we're heating it.
Okay.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that makes a very nice presentation. Let's plate some up.
Get out just a few of the pasta, a little bit of the pasta.
Just a nice serving size there.
And then one ingredient I forgot to mention, Parmesan cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Sprinkle just a little bit of Parmesan cheese on your pasta.
Oh, so you're putting it on the pasta
Okay.
first.
Now put some.
Put a nice...
And be sure and get some juice in there too.
Uh-huh. There we go. I'm making a mess, as I always do. There we go. Let me get a little more tomatoes for some more color over here, a little over here. How's that?
That looks nice.
Great.
Now a little bit more Parmesan cheese.
Sandy, thank you so much for sharing one of your personal recipes. If somebody wants to come to Devo Bottom, I know you're open for breakfast and lunch, but what are your hours?
We're open from 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can check us out on Facebook. Every evening I put our daily menu up there. And
Great.
So just check us out and that'll tell what our daily specials are.
Okay, and you're open Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday.
Great, great. Well, if you've got a great recipe you'd like to share with us, check us out on the web. It's yourplatesormine.net, and who knows, we may come cook with you. Once again, Sandy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can't wait to dig in. Folks, try this at home. It's a winner. Hey, gang, thanks for... Start over.
While it's in the pan, we're gonna cooking. We'll add the. I screwed up.
Okay, we'll start over. Nice thing about angel hair is it cook quick.
Yes, very quick.
Cook.
It cooks quick.
So close.
Okay.
Don't get me tickled because I get to laugh and I'm not going to quit.